and engage. Hey everybody, it's Peter, and I just watched an episode of The Orville. Didn't know it was on. So a buddy of mine on Facebook mentioned it. Hey, I just saw Orville. He says, where's it playing? I said, over here. And then somebody said, no, go over here. We have a local station called City TV, and they have an on-demand site. So I went there and I caught the episode today. So The Orville is starring Seth MacFarlane, Adrian Palicki, also starring Penny Johnson Gerard, Richter Gerber as Admiral Halsey. Any World War II fans out there? Also, Seth MacFarlane's name is Captain Ed Mercer, which I don't know if he picked the name or not, but it's the name of a well-known. I googled it, and it's the name of a well-known billionaire. So I don't know if he picked that name for that or not. And also we have Scott Grimes, who plays the helmsman. We also know Adrian Palicki actually played Bobby on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So you got an ex-Marvel actor who's now working on the show. And you got Victor Gerber, who used to be on Agents of Tomorrow, whatever that really bad DC thing was with Brandon Routh and the gang. So this is, and also this episode was directed by Jon Favreau, who you know from playing Happy Gilmore, anyway, playing Happy on the Iron Man movies. This is sort of, I guess, Seth MacFarlane's take on, has been said, and it does look like it looks like a cross between. It's not even really Star Trek. It's basically as if they took it's almost them spoofing Star Trek, spoofing Galaxy Quest, and they're spoofing the whole thing in a nutshell. The cinematography, the music, which sounds like very Jerry Goldsmith, like from Star Trek: The Motion Picture and The Next Generation type music, except not as boring as Star Trek: The Motion Picture. And a lot of the sort of graphic detail kind of reminds me of Galaxy Quest. The uniforms are also borrowed, looks like from Galaxy Quest. They're going with these jackets and pants, not pullovers like, so you can't end up doing the Picard maneuver. My tunic's not fitting right. You have a Lieutenant Worf kind of character who plays the second officer. It's Bortus. Overall, it wasn't a bad episode, but it could have been way better. I mean, the music was great. It set the tone really well. And you thought in the beginning, oh, this is going to be sort of a semi-serious show. If you've seen the trailers, you know all the jokes because they basically just hit all the same jokes, same lines, like, knocking the wall down. Oh, hey, you want to help me open this jar of pickles? And he's like, oh, I loosened it for you. I mean, he could have just said the line, just open this jar of pickles for me. And, of course, do people still know what a jar of pickles is in the 25th century? I guess being Seth MacFarlane, it's going to be a lot of, I don't know if he wrote the episode, I'd have to double check it. And, but yeah, a lot of, like I said, when people run out of ideas, they fall back on dick and fart jokes. There was a penis joke. There was at least 3, not that I'm counting, but at least 3 pee jokes. Like Bortas's, was it Bortas? Bortas's race is all male, like they said, they don't pee. So you saw in the trailer, there's that pee joke. So basically, if you saw the trailer, you know the whole plot. There's nothing really more. Just, like I said, really bad jokes thrown in here and there. And the joke delivery, even if it was trying to poke fun and make fun of itself. Galaxy Quest made a lot of jokes and inside jokes about, fanboys and geekdom. But they had jokes and one-liners and, and things about, like, being in this sort of situation. That was funny. But some of the jokes they're trying to do, it felt forced. It was just like, oh, we have to throw a penis joke in here. We have to make a joke about peeing. We have to still go on about the divorce. And, we don't get along and blah, blah, blah. What are you doing? And there was a couple obvious things about, okay, here's a little plot thing. Seth MacFarlane did something in one of the scenes. And it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. It's going to happen later on to get them out of a jam. The characters are interesting. But, yeah, again, I'm going to keep going on about the dialogue. The dialogue was just sort of like, okay. Or things like the other guy who plays the other helmsman. I forget his name. But anyway, any requests? Oh, I like to drink when I'm flying the ship. Can I keep a drink? Yeah, just don't put it on the console. Like, that made absolutely no sense. So I'm hoping it's just a rocky pilot, and it's going to go beyond that. And if not, then got no more sci-fi to watch because Star Trek is coming. Star Trek Discovery is coming at the end of the month. In Toronto, it's going to be on the Space Channel. So we get it for free. We don't have to pay for not to do a CBS all access nonsense. But yeah, it didn't feel unique enough. It felt like it was borrowing from a lot of other, IPs. Like I said, Galaxy Quest, uh, older Star Trek stuff. The music sounds like Star Trek. So it's not original in that sense. It's just like, hey, let's make a little rompy thing, and we're gonna have some fun about making fun of Star Trek stuff. So, has anybody else seen the Orville yet? What have you thought of it? Comment, leave your thoughts down below. As always, if you like what I'm doing, hit the like, hit the dislike. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to see more of my shenanigans, and we'll see you in the next one.